Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I've got to tell you, the journey we're taking today completely blew my mind as I was putting it all together. We are embarking on a trip that starts at the absolute micro level, like our daily individual lives, and scales all the way up to the macro level of the cosmos itself. We're going to be exploring some truly ancient concepts from Vedanta philosophy that just brilliantly break down reality, identity, and the universe. So if you've ever felt like there's got to be more to existence than just what we can see and touch, you are in the exact right place.
Okay, let's dive right into this by asking the ultimate existential question. Have you ever actually stopped and wondered, who am I, really? Are you simply this physical body that you see when you look in the mirror? Or maybe you're the mind within, that invisible space where all your thoughts, your memories, imaginations, and dreams are constantly being born. But think about this for a second. If you can observe both your body and your mind, then who is the unseen observer doing the watching? That right there is exactly where our adventure begins today, moving from the individual to the infinite and from the many to the one.
To really wrap our heads around this, we first need to look at a core concept called Vyashti. In Vedanta, Vyashti refers to a single individual unit or entity. It's you. It's me. Now, as an individual, you don't just have one single layer of existence. You actually possess a physical body, a subtle inner mental world made up of your intellect and your senses, and a deeply unmanifest causal state, which is basically where all your experiences and personality traits sit in their most seed-like form. Notice how these three distinct layers of our individual existence stack up. First up, we've got the gross body, which is your physical form. When consciousness identifies with this physical form, it's known as Vishva. Moving a bit deeper, we find the subtle body, which holds your mind, your intellect, and your senses. Here, that consciousness becomes Taijasa. And third, the causal body, containing those unmanifest experiences we just talked about. When consciousness rests in this deepest causal state, it's known as prajna. So these are the three fundamental layers of your individual experience. But now I want you to completely zoom out. Literally shift your perspective from just one single body and mind to all bodies, the entire subtle universe, and the collective causal state of every single being everywhere. This macro perspective is called Samashti. It's the immense, collective, and infinite totality of all entities. It is a profound shift from looking at one single isolated point to trying to take in the entire canvas of existence, all at once. Think of a single tree out in the woods. That isolated entity just standing there alone is Vyashti. It's highly specific, it's individual. But if you zoom out to see a vast forest made up of thousands and thousands of trees, that collective whole is Samashti. It's an incredibly intuitive way to anchor this dualistic concept, right? You are the tree, absolutely, but you are also an integral, inseparable part of the forest. We can also picture a single wave rising above the surface of the water. Now expand that view to take in the boundless, infinite ocean. While the wave and the ocean look completely different in terms of scale and form, what's the crucial reality here? Well, they're both made of the exact same water. Just as the wave is water and the ocean is water, we as individuals share the exact same root consciousness as the entire collective universe. The physical forms might differ, but the core essence is completely identical. To map this out even further, the philosophy introduces this amazing framework called the three skies. The first is Bhutakasha, or the gross sky. Now this isn't just the blue sky you look up at, it is the entire physical space of matter, planets, stars, and visible bodies. On an individual level, our Vyashti, it's where your single physical body exists. But on the collective level, Samashti, it contains the sheer entirety of the gross physical universe. In Vedantic terms, this collective, monumental physical universe is referred to as Virat. Now we move inward to the second sky, Chitakasha, the mental sky. This is the fascinating inner realm. It's where your thoughts, your imagination, memories, and dreams all live. Individually, as we touched on earlier, the subtle body operating here is called Taijasa. But when we zoom out and look at the collective subtle universe, meaning the combined mental and subtle energies of absolutely all living beings, that immense cosmic state is known as Hiranyagarbha.
Finally, we hit the deepest level, the third sky, Chitakasha, the sky of consciousness. Now this isn't a physical space, it's not even a mental one. It is the pure awareness that illuminates everything else. It's that quiet light by which you know the physical world, the light by which you observe your own thoughts, and incredibly, it's the very awareness that allows you to even have the thought, I. The pure consciousness observing your body, your mind, and your sense of self is the ultimate truth. It's known as Atma.
So if we map all these complex Sanskrit terms out together, this absolutely perfect symmetry appears. Across the gross, subtle, and causal states, we have our individual identities, Vishwa, Taijasa, and Prajna, and directly mirroring them on the macro scale, we have the cosmic collective identities, Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Ishwara. Now, I know it might seem like a lot of names to remember, but never forget the beautiful underlying truth here. The consciousness experiencing all of these states is exactly one and the same. The names change, the perspectives change, but the awareness never ever does. This actually brings us to another really fascinating framework in the Sanatana tradition, the 14 lokas, or realms of existence. Now, a quick word of caution here. You don't want to see these merely as physical geography or literal planets floating out in space. That severely limits the philosophy. Instead, think of them as a vast, profound map of reality, representing completely different levels of experience and consciousness.
The framework is basically divided into upper realms, like Bhu, all the way up to Satya, and lower realms, going down through levels like Atala down to Patala. But the key takeaway here isn't just about memorizing a bunch of names, it's how they map to our consciousness. The gross physical realm we experience every single day links to the lower and middle lokas. As you move into the upper realms, you're moving into the subtle spaces of Chitakasha. And backing this entire 14-realm structure, the pure consciousness of Chitakasha. It is a brilliant philosophical mapping of reality, rather than just a cosmic atlas. To truly grasp this mind-bending shift from the individual to the collective, let's look at an awe-inspiring narrative climax in the Bhagavad Gita. Imagine the warrior Arjuna standing right in the middle of a massive battlefield. Initially, he holds a strictly individual perspective, right? Vyashti. He thinks, I am Arjuna and that over there is Krishna. But then Krishna reveals his true cosmic form, the Virat darshan. And in an instant, Arjuna's limited perspective is utterly shattered. He doesn't just see a single body anymore. He sees gods, sages, the entirety of creation, and the fierce finality of destruction, all united in one breathtaking, overwhelming vision.
This staggering realization is captured in a profound and powerful verse from the Gita. There, the whole universe, though divided in many ways, was seen situated in one place. Just think about the sheer magnitude of that realization for a second. Everything that Arjuna previously thought was separate, divided, and chaotic across the entire universe was suddenly revealed to be perfectly united, resting in one single cosmic existence.
It is so vital to understand that this vision of Virat is not simply a gigantic physical deity standing in front of him. It's a total paradigm shift. It's the ultimate perspective where the entire universe is viewed as a single, collective body containing absolutely everything. It encompasses gods and demons, the driving forces of creation and destruction. And in this incredibly vast view, we finally see ourselves clearly. We are individual fragments, perfectly integrated within this grand cosmic whole.
So what does this actually mean for you and me right now? Well, it brings us gently back to our own personal experience. Our true identity is not just this physical body, it's not just the mind, it's not even our unmanifest tendencies. Our true identity is the singular, unified consciousness, Chaitanya, that lights up the micro-individual level just as brilliantly as it illuminates the entire macrocosmos.
This ultimate, liberating truth is crystallized by Krishna's incredibly powerful declaration to Arjuna, O Dhananjaya, there is nothing else beyond me. Think about that. There is no secondary reality out there. There is no outside existence to worry about. There is absolutely nothing beyond this singular, supreme truth of pure, unadulterated consciousness.
And, if you are still trying to wrap your head around all the different names and hierarchies we covered today, this serene metaphor from the text beautifully resolves the whole thing. Like pearls strung on a thread, this entire universe is threaded on me. Every individual person, every planet, every realm, every passing thought, they are all just different pearls of existence held perfectly and securely together by one single thread of underlying truth. When we look back at the journey we've just taken together, the pieces fit perfectly. We explored the three skies, moving from physical matter to the mind and finally to pure consciousness. We journeyed from the individual unit, Vyashti, to the infinite collective, Samashti. We witnessed the shattering perspective of the cosmic form, and ultimately, we realized how to see the one underlying the many. Moving from the individual to the infinite isn't a physical distance you have to travel. It's simply a profound shift in perspective.
I want to leave you with this final, lingering thought. If you are not just a disconnected body,
If the exact same consciousness that illuminates the stars and holds the entire universe together is the very same awareness residing within you, allowing you to hear my voice right now, who are you really? Take that thought with you today and see how it changes the way you look at your life and the world around you. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.